Hi, this is Jenny Brav of Radiant Wholeness Healing. Today I want to talk about fear and why when we distill it down to the emotion, it's just fear and not something we actually need to be afraid of. And also why when we add thoughts and stories and beliefs that we already have about ourselves and the world, that feeling of fear can turn into anxiety or full-blown panic attack. So let's break it down, and I'm going to have you participate with me and feel into whatever might have activated fear, whatever might have drawn you to watching this video. So usually there's some kind of external catalyst. It could be external, it could be also our own thoughts, but something that triggers the fear. So this could be a worry about something that might happen. This could be a memory about something in the past, could be something that has actually happened, like losing our job or the need to move, or some kind of change or a fear of change or unknown. So that's the catalyst. And then the catalyst will trigger some emotion and or physical sensation. And that's like a little spark. And often there's a feeling in the body, even if we're not aware at all of any of this happening in real time. So that's the emotion. The first was the catalyst. This is the emotion. And then there are the thoughts that we bring to the feeling. And usually the thoughts are trying to fix the discomfort, trying to bring us some sense of control, of being on top of things. And behind the thoughts, usually there's some kind of belief we already have about ourselves or the world, that we're not enough, or we're all alone, or we're always going to be taken advantage of. And we don't even need to know what the thoughts or the beliefs are behind the thoughts, just knowing that that's the mechanism. So there's a catalyst, there's a feeling, emotion, physical sensation, and then there's what our mind does with all of that to try to help us. And that's really the intention, is to bring safety, to bring control. But usually when we start ruminating and thinking, then the body gets even more activated. So the body gets more activated, the thoughts fire up even more, trying to help us. And then we're in some full-blown nervous system activation, panic, cycle, and loop. So I'm going to have you break it down with me, maybe closing your eyes and feeling into what might have led you to turn on this video. Again, you might start with the feeling, you might be starting with the anxiety, the thoughts, or with the actual catalyst. But let's break it down, feel into what might be activating this feeling of fear. And often it's something that's unknown, a possible change, an actual change. And so just notice that and imagine you're putting that in a box outside of you somewhere in a parking lot. So that's the catalyst, that's the thing that's activating. That's step one. And then step two, notice what happens in your body. You might not be connected to your body at all. Your body might go numb, especially if there's a history of trauma, of dissociation. But often there's something that gets a little tight, maybe the throat, the chest, the stomach, shoulders, the jaw. Those are all really common ones. So just notice that. And then notice what thoughts come up around that. Is it worst case scenario thinking, trying to think about every possible thing that might happen? Is it rehashing what you should have done and didn't, what other people did wrong? Is it a story of others having control over you, of you making mistakes? And just notice, we're being curious. We're not actually going to spend a lot of time on the content. I'll have other videos to really dig deep into limiting beliefs, but right now we're just getting curious, noticing. And then once you notice that, I'm going to have you hold one hand to where you're feeling the physical sensation of discomfort, tightness, whatever it might be. And if your eyes are closed and you want to see what I'm doing, feel free to. Otherwise, you can just follow your body. And then the other hand, just doing the energy of the thinking, the thoughts. And again, recognizing that these are just trying to help you and that they actually aren't. So then we're going to stop the thoughts, interrupt them. I like hitting a little pause button. And then release the thought. Again, if you want to see what I'm doing with my hands, you can open your eyes. Just shake that out a little, blow it off. And we're going to convert this hand that's really just trying to help the fear into an actual helper. And so just invite this hand to hold the fear. So just bring it some care. No words needed. If you want to bring some loving, reassuring words, that's fine. But keeping it in the nonverbal can actually be really helpful. So just letting this hand hold the fear hand and breathing. And just noticing what happens to the body when we bring it out of story and when the fear gets care and attention. Because if fear plus thoughts equals anxiety and panic attack, fear plus loving attention equals calming of the nervous system, diminished activation. And that's really what we're wanting to achieve. So one more breath. And if you'd like, you can bring your hands to your thighs just for some grounding, feeling your feet on the ground if you're sitting in that way. Beautiful. I hope that was helpful. If it was, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and feel free to leave any comments, including any special requests you might have in terms of anything to help you get out of your head and more into your body, connected to your inner knowing. Thank you.